I'm Chaplain Kevin Santucci. Thank you for joining me today. I'd like to share with you some ways of how we can simply plant sweet potatoes in mounds. So what I'm doing now, I'm just here finishing off some mounds right here. Just finishing off these mounds as I'm going along. Make sure that there's nothing inside there that can cause any problems. These mounds are finished here. And what I have here is sweet potato slips. What you do is you take the slips, make sure that the slips are at least 12 to 15 inches long. 12 to 15 inches long. Cut the slips just like this here. Make sure that you have, notice how the slip is growing. This is the bottom of the slip here. So you don't want this part here. This part is actually gone, it's dead. So what we have from one slip, we have created 4 slips. Again, we have some slips here, and so we're cutting them, and we're going to set these slips down. You want to make sure that you use slips that are eligible to grow. This slip here, notice how it is. It's a very small slip. I don't normally use that because it doesn't give proper leverage for the plant to be able to grow. But these here, you can use these here to be able to grow your slips. Notice how they are, and the bottom going up. This is your top here. So they were picked yesterday. Day before yesterday actually. So I have quite a number of slips that I'm going to be using here. And the remainder of them, or these ones here, will be used. When you finish that, make sure that your knife is down in the earth. Always put your knife in the earth because you don't want to step on it, neither do you want somebody to step on it and cause injury. Always bear in mind that when you're planting, you always use the right method. Here, some whole romaine lettuce. And what is for our own self, we pick it as we need it. So this here will be used for this morning's breakfast. And I can tell you it's going to be some sort of scrumptiously good. These are going up to seed. This is romaine lettuce going up to seed. You will make sure at least 2 of your romaine lettuce goes up to seed. Of those things there. So as we now set out for setting down the slips, sweet potato slips, it's always good to lay them out first, so you know exactly what's going where. This is one of the key things that you should do. Most people don't do this, and so what happens? They're stuck after a period of time. Notice how the distance, about 12 inches apart, approximately 12 inches apart. Then you go down into the mounds. And you lay your sweet potato slip going toward the east. Okay? Very important to lay it toward the east. And the reason why is because the sun comes up from the east and it's pulling the energy and it's helping to create a better growth for these slips here. By putting them in the mounds themselves proper, notice it would actually cause the plant itself and the root system to grow in the mound. That's what you want to do. Always set them down to your east. these areas here. And again, the other sweet potatoes, I'll put them down in another area, or the slips, I'll put them in another area. And the reason why is because you want to make sure that you have two different types of growths going on. This growth right here is a little bit away from the direct sun at this junction. But as the months move on, the sun will penetrate this area quite heavily, and I would have more growth in this area and without even watering. One of the key points of growing any form of sweet potatoes is making sure that you have good moisture and a good ground with plenty of mulch. As you can see, it's not just soil, but it's mulch in the soil itself, which I make my own self. It's always good to make your own mulch, and what I recommend to people to make mulch, it's very easy. Just take the leaves from your cuttings when you're cutting your trees, and then you just mix it with some seaweed. So you put your leaves down, then you go get some seaweed, put seaweed on top of that, a layer of seaweed on top of that. It doesn't have to be heavy, and then